Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. We got another live watch party. Yes. Thank you for coming in, everyone. Who do we have here? Relectify Streams. Thank you. Johnny Lawrence. Always nice to see Johnny Lawrence. Jaden. Thank you guys for coming on in. A Johnny miracle. Yeah. Johnny doesn't even know technology and still managed to go live. Sorry, starting a half an hour late. Working on a short, and I wanted to finish it. I shouldn't have eaten breakfast. I could have finished this stupid short. Or gone to bed last night. If I didn't go to bed last night, I could have finished the short. Thank you, John, for coming on in. And is a channel member, yes. $5 to the month. You get to join in. We get to hang out, talk once a month. I am going to start getting this week up some of those live reactions. The stream is obviously there, but I do want to start posting the videos for the channel members. So just been so busy trying to get so much done. And the Tory video went out yesterday. A lot of work into that one. Eliza, congrats. Your vids are consistently high quality. You deserve every bit of this milestone. Thank you very much. Peter's here. Thank you for coming in, Peter. Big congrats. Thank you. Peter is the host of Cobra Kai Companion, of which I joined him for Season 5. We're doing Season 5 recaps on Cobra Kai Companion. So that's the podcast. So you can watch it on the YouTube channel, listen. Also, anywhere you download podcasts, I think it works really well. So you can just, listen to it like a podcast. So please talk. I'm trying to talk. Do you hear me? I hope you hear me. No. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So where have we got here? Ooh. Hey, look, Sam's manned. Oh, Rendell, yeah, the Sekai Taikai is almost certainly, I think it's going to be the end of season 6. Some people were even thinking, well, maybe season 7. No, I don't think we're going to do like an interim season. So definitely, I imagine next season is building towards this Sekai Taikai. Even though the part of our problem is our immediate stakes are gone because Cobra Kai seemed to shut down, lose its members. So what's the motivation? Yeah, they qualified, but then what? But so what? It's not like at the end of season 3, which, for whatever you want to say about season 3, like it set up season 4 really well. Or Kreese is like, tournament, we'll settle it on the mat. That was a really good ending for whatever you think of season 3. Like that was a great ending. It set up season 4. It wasn't quite the same here with season 5. Hi from Peru. Hi. Congrats on 50,000. Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. How's your day so far? I made breakfast, and then I came up and tried to finish the short I'm working on. I just wanted to put a short out, and I would have much rather had gotten it out early Sunday, or at least before the stream, just because I think by the time I finish it now after the stream, it'll be kind of later in the day, and I don't know how that crap goes, but did I get my car back? Yes. The police recovered the car. It was crashed while stolen. So it is currently at the body shop, and apparently it's probably going to be there for a while because there's big backups on body shop getting parts and just a backlog of cars. I called even like another shop and he told me the same story. So while it was recovered, I probably won't be driving it for a while. You know, what else is new, right? What else is new? I don't know who Ned Randall is. Best defense fighter in Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai the show or Cobra Kai the dojo? So, because, well, who's even? I mean, the show you got Daniel, Chosen. Out of the kids, I would say Robbie. Robbie was still always more of a defensive fighter, although he was great when he like trained Cobra Kai. Um, is it better to replace the car? Well, the damage was like a little over 4,000, and the car is still only a few years old. I mean, the car's worth like 19, so it's not like um, I mean, unless I like sold the car and then bought a new one, but it does seem like a lot of work. So Robbie's old friend stole the car. Yeah, it seems like it. One more season you want to give the characters? Yeah, I still think they're going to do 2 more seasons. Um, Ned Randall is played by Michael Cavarelli. Next, well, there you go. Mike Barnes hijacked my car. Yeah, it might have been Mike Barnes. He does have a hit out on me. So, um, people said to me, "Do you really want to piss him off? Karate's bad boy." And I looked at him, I said, "He doesn't look so bad to me." So that's why Mike Barnes is mad at me. It wasn't leverage to the hilt. That is true. It was not. Yeah, don't leverage that. It worked out well for Silver that Barnes' store was leveraged to the hilt. Like if it wasn't quite so leveraged, he just would have had the insurance and been able to replace it and moved on. Tristan, thank you for coming again. Dimitri was doing in the summer. Yeah, but I think, Dimitri got that job, so he was at work. Kind of explained it away. Show drama is not ultimately where Dimitri was. When Kim calls Tori a fragile little girl, she's projecting herself onto Tori. What scene did she do that in? Is it at the end? Because I don't remember her saying that at the end. With like the stone breaking or something. Tell me what scene that is. Because I don't remember it. I actually may make a short video on Kim. I was just thinking while I was editing the Tori video. This is where stuff comes from a lot of times, though. Like, I was like, I think I like this is like one part of Sensei Kim I really like. So I was thinking maybe I'll make like a short one, like my favorite part of Sensei Kim or something like that. Something like that. Oh, the final battle. Okay, the final fight. She steps on her hand. Okay, I'll have to rewatch that. Um, could could be, or yeah, when she sees Tori, she sees like not projecting her current self, but maybe how she was or how she felt like she was when she was younger. Um, she used to be a fragile little. I think Lucy and Hannah Kim mentioned that in an interview somewhere. Did she say that? Like she thought Tori. No, maybe I'm making that up. She thought Tori reminded her of her younger self, but I'm not. I don't. Now I can't remember. I could be making that up. Um, I have to remember. I haven't watched too many interviews with her, so um, yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember precisely. I'll have to look. Hope to see more backstory for. Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna get that next season. If you recall in my season review, I kind of mentioned that. Even though I think like in this season, Sensei Kim was a little like one note, there actually wasn't a whole lot about her. There was just maybe a few sprinkles at the most. Something the thing John, Josh, and Hayden are do and are good at, and I actually think this is a credit to them. Um, they're willing to be patient a little bit in they're willing to be patient in how they introduce characters and storylines or something. They'll introduce a character and have something going. Even if in the back of their minds they got more to come, but they don't front load it. So I'm certain they have a lot more in mind for Kim Da-yeon um, backstory, all of this. I'm positive they do, but they held it back in this season. In this season, we just got a little bit of her, like one slice, so to speak, of her. So I do think they have more to come. And so, like when you review a season, like I can't review season 5 or talk about season 5 about what may happen in season 6. I got to talk about the season for what it is. And so there's not a whole lot. She's kind of one note in season 5. But I do think they have a lot more to come for her. I'm pretty certain about that. So we'll see what happens. Peter, I asked her about that scene. I don't recall her saying it in mine. Yeah, I could be just actually inventing that in my own head. But she's very tough. Yeah. I'm trying. Man, I'm certain I know I watched your interview with her. Man, I don't remember what she said, like in anything. I'm just drawing a big blank. Like I remember stuff she loved stuff like that, the costume, and like that, like everything for Sensei Kim, is like could be a weapon or to fight. Like these are like the things I remember about like her interviews. That and that she was working another show at the same time. She got 2 parts on the same day. Since I came out. Yeah, the photo of her on the motorcycle. Yeah, definitely I think there's some we know there's deleted scenes. They've outright said they shot stuff, and it's like almost certainly at the in that last bit there when they're all in the parking lot or whatever is the stuff they shot. So yeah, that's actually a really cool shot of her on the motorcycle. You're like, why'd they cut that? She looks pretty awesome. But yeah, we'll see what they do for that. Such a tough facade, all to hide a fragile little girl underneath. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna rewatch that. I gotta rewatch that a little bit. But here's the thing: you could say maybe she's projecting, but is she also accurate? Is she accurately describing Tori? Tori did have a tough facade, hiding a girl going through a lot of trouble underneath. We'll see. Will we get Daniel backstory about his dad? Yeah, I get this question always. You already did. Watch season 2, episode 8. They kind of touched on that. Daniel's dad, when his mom is there. The glory of love. So I don't think they're going to expand any more on that. Oh wait, James asked, did Tori and Sam still have beef? No, I think it's more or less they're able to work together. Doesn't mean they're friends, like best buddies or anything, or necessarily they've like come to terms with their past. But they were, if given a common goal, they can work together, which is pretty much in line with what I predicted. They don't Kim the main villain for the rest of the show. Well, I don't know about the rest of the show. It's hard to suspect, but we got Sensei Kim and we have Sensei Kreese going forward. So there you go. Silver's gonna. I don't think Silver knows who Miguel's dad is. Short story set in Cobra Kai world. I haven't seen Elite, so I don't know specifically what we're referring to, but the concept isn't bad. If they were able to do something like that, I just think they probably just don't have the time. Are you having dreams of her saying things? I think I know where Peter's going with this. Occasionally, when trying to answer a question, I'm trying to remember things I've heard her say. When are we getting a season 6 announcement? Like, Mike, I wish I had an answer for you, dude. It does seem like no worries, but also no hurry. Drew, Cobra Kai Kid, asked this. If you saw his interview with John, Josh, and Hayden, they didn't really have much of an answer. They're working on Obliterated right now. But I just think like it just seems like Netflix is looking at their schedule, looking at what's going up, and time requirements. I don't know when the announcement will be. The announcement will almost always happens well after they got started on it. And that's something like to keep in mind. Like every time we've had an announcement, they've already been working on the other season. Like they didn't announce season 5 until they were going to Atlanta to shoot it. Right? Like they went to Atlanta to shoot it and then they announced it. Now, granted, that was before even season 4 came out, but like they announced it because they knew they couldn't keep it a secret. Like when the whole cast is shooting the show at some point, like people are going to figure it out. Like, but like usually like a lot of times they announce it because they just announce it for its marketing people who make that decision. And who the heck knows what they're thinking. That's why I think like John said in an interview, he's like, well, there will be more Cobra Kai. Like he said it, like, and like he didn't say that, like, I hope there will be more Cobra Kai, because it's quite possible they've already are renewed. They already have a set maybe for the end of the series. Just, marketing people haven't made their announcement yet because they want to do it whenever the heck they want to do it. So. Do you think Kenny will go with Kim Da-yoon? No. Sensei Blondie or Daniel? Oh, yeah. Daniel can win in a one-on-one fight. Johnny Daniel dynamic in store for Sam or Tori. Yeah, something like that. Yasmin and Moon joined for the Sekai Tekai. I don't see that happening. They're not fighters. Kim will help Kreese. That's true. Yeah, but definitely, I think that's where the show's going. Yeah, Silver doesn't know Miguel's dad, and that's not on his radar. Let's see. Aisha's done. Do you think should be the last season? I think they got in mind. I think they got like in mind 7. Yeah. One thing they kind of reference or mention obliterated in their interview with Cobra Kai Kid. And definitely they seem very excited about it. Like, they're in production right now, and you get the impression like they're loving what they're shooting. Like they think it's coming out well. That was the impression I got. So we'll see how it all comes together. But yeah. Cemetery. We'll make up and go karaoke. Roar. I'm not sure I know that song. I have to hear it. Do you think Kreese will become a sensei? Well, Cobra Kai is his life, so he's going to do something. Piper returns. Well, I don't know about top female student, but I think she'll be back. They could add some definite layers to Mike Barnes' character. I think they had limited time with Sean Kanan. So we didn't get maybe Barnes as much as we thought we would, but I really enjoyed what they put in there. Yeah, Bananarama chocolate chip pancakes. Barnes to see Kreese. They announced season 5 after they filmed it. They announced it when they were going into production. And if you followed Watch Party, I had a video on it before even that. But Barry Piper, too many characters. Well, there's some truth to that. What was your favorite fight? Tristan, good question. Chosen versus Silver's great. Miguel versus Robbie in episode 5. The final Daniel fight with Terry Silver. Yeah, those are probably the 3. Storylines. Yeah, that could be. Listen to their choice words. That's true. That's true. I think they were doing that as well when they were interviewed with Cobra Kai Kid. Who's the most realistic character on the show? Well, obviously Hawk. I don't. Kreese was yeah, that's because he that's just like you negotiate like you're like a series regular or something, so you're just always in the credits. How would the final season lead in the spinoff? I have no idea. I mean, that's something I can't answer. Ever giving geese? Yeah, I think I saw that. Someone from Obliterated was like posting they got a gi, and they're like, heck yeah. What do you got? Do you think if Mike is teaching karate to me, I can imagine Hawk? And Mike beats Hawk's ass sparring. Could happen. Is Courtney gonna be an Obliterated? Possible. That certainly could be. I always wondered if they would sprinkle some of the cast members in certain roles. And the thing about Courtney, she's like she's comedic. She's got comedy chops, and which can play into it well if they're looking for like a role that it's obviously it's like an action show, but like with some comedy or something. So she's got a lot of different talents that they could use in a show like that. Um, so I don't know. Interesting catch. Or Roar has the line, "Eye of the tiger, a fighter dancing through fire." Huh. I'll have to. I may have heard it. I have to listen to it. How much more of characters like Shannon's will we have? Sheen Shawnee has seemed to. I'm not sure what you're asking, John. Like how much more? Like you mean like will she show up in future seasons? They seem to work her in once a season. The thing like Shannon, which is good. It's just the nice thing, it works at least in the sense that like in this season, we get Shannon does seem to have her life well together, and we get like what do we get? See the relationship with Robbie. Like it just gives you a little bit about Robbie too. What's going on with his mom or something. So she seems a lot better off. You know, I mean, them writing like one scene in per season isn't a whole lot, and it sort of keeps this story arc going for her. That was set up a little bit more in season 1, so we can see it. So I think if in my rewrite of season 5, whatever, with the Mexico going longer, I don't think that scene with Shannon would be lost, but we'll have to see. I think it's what episode is that in? 4 or 5? Because I thought I made a note for it for Cobra Kai Companion. We'll have to see. Michael T. Flex, thank you for coming in, man. I saw you posting from that competition or whatever you were at. It looked great. All right. Okay. More with CGI flashbacks, Johnny, Daniel, and possibly Mr. Miyagi self. Actually, no. I don't know if they're gonna do like what they did there in season 5 in the prison. I don't know if they're gonna do that again. I don't think they're gonna do Miyagi, just because I think if they're leaving the door open for a young Miyagi series, they're gonna recast it. They're not gonna, so it's not gonna be a CGI thing. I mean, you can't ever say for sure, but like I don't think that's necessarily something they're just gonna like come back to and try to milk it again and again. Like let's do that again. I mean, we'll see, but I don't think so. Who in the opinion has the best story arc? Really, like a lot of characters have good ones. Johnny's is great. Miguel's is mostly pretty good. Flat like I wish it was better. It was good. That I wish was better and think could have been better. Hawk's obviously good. I don't think Daniel's is maybe as like sharp as Johnny's like over the whole show, but it's actually a really good one too. That I think is well done, like considering the movies where the show came from, everything like that. So it's like if you just watch the show by itself, and like let's say the movies didn't exist, you would probably say like, oh, Johnny's got a better arc than Daniel. But I think when you consider the movies and everything, all the backstory where it comes from, I think Daniel's is really good too. So as like the series as a whole, they do a very good job of keeping true and honoring the series as a whole. So it works really well in that regards. Nestor is the realest Nestor. Yeah. They got to go back to that complex. So we get Nestor. Now Nestor's going to go out of business because the Cobra Kai dojo left. He lost all his customers. Why didn't anyone tell this Taikai panel the referee was cheating? Well, no one directly made an accusation. I do think that's like the weaker point of that whole episode. Is it seemed to be doing really bad. I addressed this in a video, didn't I? Didn't I address this somewhere? Or was it just on a live stream? Damn. But like the biggest problem with that whole concept or what was going on is it wasn't like the panel or whatever were beholden to the referee. Like if they thought he was making bad calls and they're literally there watching it himself. In fact, there's one shot, there's even reaction shots from them where they seem to be questioning it. Like they could have invited both dojos anyway or something. They could have made any decision they want. It wasn't like they're beholden to whoever got 3 points in this thing. Like I feel like that was kind of like a weaker part of that storyline right there. And it I don't know. And that's going off in a different direction. It might have been interesting if actually Cobra Kai won both matches, but the panel invited the Miyagi Fangs because they said, we don't think this was adjudicated very well. So we're just going to invite both anyway. Like that would have been an interesting and different way to spin it. That like Terry Silver's cheating ultimately didn't get him what he wanted. Like, because people can recognize the cheating. People were able to see through it. And it didn't have his desired effect. That's kind of an interesting concept. Maybe I should make a video on that. Just sort of like exploring. I'm not normally into like these what ifs, but it is kind of like in a different way to take that scene. Rather than just like giving Sam a win. Like just, Sam has an awesome win, against the biased ref. Because I do think like they have in their minds, they wanted to give Sam this awesome win against the biased ref. But like, I think it might've been more interesting to, like even if you pay off the ref, people will see through it. It doesn't work every time. Maybe it works one day. It worked at the All Valley, but it doesn't work here. I don't know. That's kind of interesting to me. An interesting concept. Do you think Dennis the Snake burned the furniture store down? I think it's possible. A Julie Pierce spinoff? Maybe. I don't know. If what's her name's up for it, but we'll see. Do you think Kreese and Johnny burn bridges forever? I don't think so. I think Kreese is willing to invite Johnny back to Cobra Kai one more time. Come on. He's going to give him one more chance. Do a movie with Caitlin Olsen? Michael T. Flex. Hello. Shannon and Johnny bury the hatchet. Yeah, they've definitely both have improved. Shannon mostly off screen, but she's doing well for herself. Have another scene. Maybe, but the show is what the show is. Talking about characters in the background. I'm sorry. I forgot what you said. I mean, I don't think they're going to be introducing a whole lot of new characters like that. You have characters who come in for one scene, but like I don't think they're going to be like background regulars, so to speak. Robbie's nicer after they work things out with the gal. I do agree. Yeah. I thought that the video of the two was a good one. Michael T. Flex, thanks. You're welcome, man. How do you think they did? Young Sato was the best. I was thinking of making a video on that. God, I got too much to do. I just can't get everything out. But yeah, Young Sato was really good. You can listen to the recap on Cobra Kai Companion, where I talked about it with Peter. I may make a video on it as well. I do really like young Sato. Turn on the music. There should have been one more episode. Yeah, Tristan, I agree. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I guess it's just so much. I've been going over it on Cobra Kai Companion, how I would handle it. And I've mentioned it on some live streams too. That I think most of what happens in episode 3 with Miguel and Johnny could be moved to episode 4. And we could have had another episode in Mexico. Tori is the best arc. Yeah, Tori's arc the past 2 seasons, especially season 5, has gotten a lot better. Asa! 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 It was visually obvious. Yeah, it was. They even had some reaction shots in there. I think it would have been another way to do the fight. Rather than just like Sam wins a biased fight. Yay, Sam. Like, I think like it would be more interesting if it doesn't work out for Silver, you know? Cheating didn't hurt him, but it didn't get him what he wanted. I think that would be an interesting way to do it, but boy, I'm behind on these comments. Could have said something. Yeah. But I guess they felt like guests. They didn't want to say anything. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a little bit exaggerated and impractical. I agree. Make a perfect professional sports. How would Daniel have done it? Yeah, didn't you ask that? Someone asked about Daniel against Blondie. But Daniel can beat them. What Hawk would have won? I would like to think so. But Hawk's got to block his shit. His hits. I want to see her win in life. Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously Sam and Tori weren't fighting this season, so. Secondary always love of Cobra Kai. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Cobra Kai World, big Tori fan. Thank you for coming in, man. Hillary Swank never got a call to appear in Cobra Kai. Well, that is correct, and you know how we know that? Because she hasn't been in Cobra Kai. Obviously, she hasn't gotten a call because have you seen her? No. Colonel Dugan. Yeah, I kind of think that. Would you like to see a dojo from New Zealand? I mean, I don't know about New Zealand in particular, but I don't see why not. I'm going to visit New Zealand one day before it goes all crazy. Sam is a top 5 character. Yeah. Sam is still the damn character with a little growth. How Sam only cares about whether Miguel watched her fight with Tori or not. She didn't care about Miguel searching for his father. Yeah. Actually, the funny thing is, even when Miguel gets back from Mexico, she never asks him, like, hey, what happened? Like, she never asks. Like, I guess you could say she asked off screen. But the funny thing is, if you look at her phone, he texts her, he's coming home, and she doesn't ask her anything. So, yeah. If you wanted to make Sam look like a bad person, you could do that. Watch Party's theme needs to be in season 6. I'm not sure what you mean by theme, but you know, in case you hear more of it info. Okay. Well noted, Peter. Well noted. I will hold it off. He's foreshadowing something if you don't realize. Tori in season 4, season 5 was at her best. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree. Like, I thought, like, in seasons 2 and 3, and I talk about this in the video that just went out yesterday. Watch that if you haven't seen it. She was very one-dimensional, almost cartoonish. You know, the funny thing is I was rewatching the little bit on my season 2 review, and I had actually forgotten I said it felt cartoonish back then. Look, I actually wish I had remembered. But yeah, so that was something essentially from my initial reactions of even season 2. Is it felt very kind of almost like one dimensional, like almost a little cartoonish. You know, in season 3, I think really amplified that. Went that way, and you know they were aware of it themselves, which is why they wanted to pull it back. Like they never intended her to be a cartoon villain. It's just it kind of came off that way in seasons 2 and 3. But ultimately 4 and 5 did really well for her, to the point where yeah, she's really interesting, really really good. You know, character has all that growth that you want, you like in a character as you just watch a show. Hold on. Let me try and catch up on this here. The more we explore the nature of Sam, I'm starting to see Sam as an internal protagonist. I'm not sure what you mean by that, L. Turner. Miguel will get Hawk treatment and Bonna. Well, I don't think Miguel's going to get the Hawk treatment. If you're saying what I think you're saying. Johnny has no fear towards confrontation. Daniel feels fear confrontation. That is incorrect, Steph. Daniel is a bit of a hothead. He may even rush into confrontation more than others. He's changed, definitely since the movies. But he's still, he's not afraid of confrontation. He went down to Tom Cole and kicked the boba out of his hand, right? Well, I don't know if it was an illegal strike what Kenny did. Conveniently we don't quite know the rules, but I definitely think it's a scene that's kind of lives on thin ice, so to speak. Like if you think about it too much, you'll start kind of coming up with these questions about the logic and everything. We'll do more Tori and her Coal Digger auntie. Probably nothing major. And if it does, it could be off screen. Like she mentions her aunt or something. I don't necessarily know about that. We don't even know when they're shooting season 6. So, Courtney Hangler was pregnant when they shot season 2. Wise and Sage, thank you very much for the super chat. If Tori joins Miyagi-Do, which teacher do you see her gravitating to? I hope they explore her as Chosen's pupil. Yeah, I think Tori, it would stay more with Johnny. Although, as I said in the video that came out last night, watch it if you haven't seen it. She did well with Chosen. I mean, but Chosen's a good sensei. But and it is kind of interesting to see Tori with Chosen because it's like an interesting Tori with Mike Barnes is kind of an interesting idea too. God, now I want to see Tori with Mike Barnes. Don't you want to see Tori with Mike Barnes? But my initial assumption is Johnny because she does know him the best, and theoretically he knows her the best. Theoretically anyway. But thank you for that, Wise and Sage. Thank you for the super chat. I can see Amanda threatening Tori's aunt. Yeah. Sam did annoy me. Yeah, the phone call. The background music at the moment. Oh, this little music here. Season 3 Tori was the worst. Yeah. Will Tori join Eagle Fang or Miyagi? I still think she's more like Eagle Fang with Johnny, Michael T. Flex. Tori feels like I think she would gravitate towards Johnny still. He's what she knows, We needed more scenes with her and Kreese. Yeah. I mean, we could have gone for like one more, like in season 3, maybe season 2, even season 2 or 3. But yeah, I think it's pretty good the way it is, at least in that regard. What about Miguel getting the Hawk treatment is him not having a story arc because the writers don't know what they're doing to do with him anymore. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem for Miguel. Miguel still is like their main center of the younger cast, you know, the younger characters. So I don't think that's going to be the issue. I don't think so. We'll see what happens. There's a scene in 5 where Johnny fights a cage fighter in Mexico. Yeah, he doesn't his front kinsman. You notice Johnny telegraphs a kid, contradicting Kreese's teaching method. Maybe it was a feint. Yeah, it is what it is. A lot of times these spin kicks and stuff don't work as well in real fights, but it's okay. It's a show. Kreese gets. What are your Cobra Kai couples that you like the most? Daniel and Amanda, Robbie and Tori. Actually, Hawk and Moon. I like Hawk and Moon. I wish we could get more of them. Like, I liked them early in season 2. I called them War and Peace back in my season 2 review, and I still like that. War and Peace. Like, I like Hawk and Moon better than Yasmin and Dimitri. I think like Yasmin and Dimitri is a little forced. Like, some of it makes sense. Like, I get it. I have a video on how Dimitri won Yasmin. It's a great video if you haven't seen it. But like, just like what I enjoy, like what concepts are as couples. Yeah, definitely like Hawk and Moon. Mike Barnes training Sam. Yeah, Mike Barnes training anyone. And did you guys see my video on the Saikai Taikai? Like, God, I think that's like a good video. And in that I talk about like that, how Mike Barnes comes back into it and as a bigger role, and I definitely watch that because I think Mike Barnes will come back. Yeah, they should be reunited. He has experience in big turns, not the All Valleys. Yeah, that's exactly the point I made about Barnes. So let me see. I think Tori joins Eagle Fang, but still value Miyagi-Do. Yeah, I think so. They bond over that. Yeah. I always feel bad in a way for Kreese because Kreese is really trying to tell Tori to do what's best for her. Steph Sani, you left a comment the other day. I recognize your name. I forget on what video it was, but I do recognize that name. Wait, was it a tweet? Did you tweet at me or comment? Or was it both? When we rewatch party each season, I always love this season more. The downsides and upsides. Changes positively influence with each rewatch. Well said. Yeah, definitely. The great thing is this is a show on rewatches or something. You just enjoy it more. That's not always the case for some shows, but this is definitely a show. Like a second time through is actually a lot more fun. Johnny is likely Tori's future father-in-law. It seems like that, right? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just one of those, they made the point and they just got to kind of get on with the story. kind of like constantly having scenes or coming back to it just kind of slows things down. Like, I understand what you're saying, but and I would even agree a little bit, but yeah, I understand. Season 5 is prime. Every season is prime Miguel. Maybe not season 3, but yeah, season 5 is prime Miguel. Let's see. Tori is still a little reasonable emotional, but Sam is impossible to get through when being emotional. I suppose. Like, it's a video game. Yeah, well, yeah, around time. Obviously, that's where they get the wording. You did your best. Oh, great to hear that. Great to hear that. Kick butt, man. You can do it. Kick butt. Show them no mercy. Who do you take between Tori and Sam, and why? I don't know. Why does it have to be between Tori and Sam? Aren't they? They're both a little bit of drama, right? Don't you think? A little bit of drama. Try and stay away from that much drama. How would Anthony do in the Sekai Taikai? I'll tell you next season. I'll tell you next season. Yeah, they definitely left that open-ended for a reason. The name of the dojo. Yeah, Miguel's way past. Yeah, he is. Let's see, John. Member for 9 months. Yeah, you've been here almost from the beginning. Sam accused Tori of stealing Amanda's wallet in season 2. Daniel threatened Johnny in season 1 when he went into the dojo, and they said they weren't done. That's true. Those LaRussos, right? Those LaRussos. In the end, I think the characters are past those points now. But, yeah. What are we doing? Where are we at? The way they are now is better. Dimitri won Yasmin by default. Most interesting in the series other than Johnny and Carmen's, Tori and Robbie's. Yeah. To me, what's interesting about it is Dimitri, not as much Yasmin. But watch that video on Dimitri's dating do's or don'ts. It's a good video. I think it's an underrated video, to be honest with you. I think it's a good one. Miguel and Hawk in the background. Yeah. Yeah, some people did not like that. Shows rewatch value. It does. I think it's worth it. Sam and Kai. Well, oh, that's a good point. Oh, what did she ever see in him? He dates a lot of sisters, though. So, you know. Dimitri and Yasmin did any scenes together in 5. Yeah, but that's okay. They kind of like jammed it hard in season 4. She's constantly on him. Like, so it's okay. It's not the biggest deal. You know, ultimately their relationship is a little off. Little bit of a side story now. Robbie would focus on Miguel's injury. Well, it's on his back. It's going to be harder to hit, potentially. Oh, Steph Sandy. Yes. Okay, that's where I saw your comments. It was on the Cobra Kai Kid channel. I did remember it because I recognized your name. Okay. Good to see. Thank you for the support. Devin versus Sean. How do you come up with this? Why is Devin fighting Sean? I don't know. Sean's pretty big. They're both jerks in their own right. I don't know who makes. I don't know if there's any girl that makes a good match for Kyler. Maybe he'll change a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Kenny and Devin form a relationship? Possibly. Anthony and Devin. Well, yeah, but I think we're gonna get Anthony and Kenny more because they got more to go through. If there's any like rivalry that's not fully resolved, it's Anthony and Kenny. So that's that. Brooks. Yeah, I think Brooks is going to come back at some point. We'll see. Maybe to Hawk. Sam kicks Kyler's ass. Yeah, she's about the only one who has it. Well, actually, she kind of did at the movie theater. She pushed him back into his seat. Cobra Kai philosophy makes you happy. I think Kreese is wrong and initially focused on training his students for fights in the real world. That's Christ, not much training. I don't know. Kreese tries to teach his fighters to train for everything, ultimately. Here on the street in competition, you know, that's the line. So whether you're fighting in class, you're fighting on the street, or you're fighting in a competition. Kyler versus Aisha. Yeah. Anthony and Kelly. Well, yeah, they pretty much already are. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Some redemption in season 6 out fully with Tori and Johnny. Well, we'll see what Kreese has on his mind. I asked Hayden, and he referred to Kreese as wanting to go out guns blazing. So is that pushing Cobra Kai then? I guess so. So we'll see what he wants to do. Can he have a crush on? No. If anyone has a crush on Devin, it's Bert. Thought maybe they would lean into that a little bit, but there was really no indication. They were even at the water park together. No indication that like Bert had a thing for Devin, even though he was like dating another girl. But like it was there in season 4 and not in season 5. So I don't know what to make of that. Maybe it was never really meant to be anything. You don't think Kenny? No, he doesn't. We got Leah. Leah's the girl. The sweet little girl. We'll see. So to be honest, fights between Miguel and Robbie is always exciting and thrilling. So sadly, they are friends. Sadly, Sean versus Robbie is also my favorite. All the climax fights are excellent. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Steph, what you said there, Sean versus Robbie, I think the fights in episode 5 of season 3, that was probably about the best fight. I have a video on it, Miyagi-Do at War, which I always think is an underrated video. I like that. It took me too long to get it out after season 3. That was the problem. But I think that's a good video. like Miyagi-Do at war, and I do think that's the best fight of season 3. Carmen slaps Kyler. Do you know when the writers do it? No one knows. They don't even know. It's usually just they're up on Twitter sometime. He's got some free time. He's like, hey, let's do a Q&A. Yeah, like a lot of it's based on like John Hurwitz does it mostly. And it's a lot of it's like if he's just got some free time. Like he's done it like while on a flight before, like he's flying like to Atlanta or from Atlanta, or like after season 2, like he was like doing it after he brought his daughter to like tennis or something. He's like, hey, I brought my daughter to tennis. I got some time. Let's do a Q&A. Like stuff like that. Like, so, you know, and he hasn't been able to do as many really in the past. Well, since season 3 came out. But he did do 1 or 2 since season 5. So, it's pretty good. I guess it's more than we could hope for, so. Lexi DeMarco joined Cobra Kai. Yeah. Lexi was dating Nate, not Bert. Lexi was Nate's girlfriend. And she was at the tournament with a Miyagi-Do sign, but then she's in Cobra Kai. Boone versus Yasmin, who they would hug each other. They're not fighting. How episode how would the season 6 open? I really don't know. Probably with Sensei Kim or Sensei Kreese or both. I think that's where you open. Well, or you open still at the end of season 5 in that parking lot. Like we said, they shot stuff that wasn't in that. So definitely you can look for more of that. Something like that. There's probably more from that. Johnny proposed to Carmen, stuff like that. Winning is winning. Josh Hill did some... Yeah, he did like one once. And then like he had to cut it short. But yeah, he doesn't do it much. They've done one each. Is that... Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. In season 6, Johnny and Daniel shows up bar and probably be at bar talking over strategy for the tournament. Could be. That's not the first scene though. That's not like your first scene. That's like episode 2, episode 3, something like that. Devin will bold. Where would be Kreese be hiding from authorities? Maybe in South Korea. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Do you think we'll see Miguel be completely happy? I don't see any reason why he shouldn't get a happy scene, right? Someone made the comment, and it's kind of true. Like, Miguel, like, he ended, especially early in season 5, like episode 2 and episode 3 both ends with him like crying and in tears. Once because of his father and all that, and then the next one because of like Sam and then that storyline. So yeah, it would be great to have like Miguel, like the other end of that, like Miguel having like a really happy scene. Like, yeah, so I agree. Something like that. We'll see. Anthony's possibly. It depends on how they. It depends on how they're writing season 6. To be honest, are we getting stuff at school? Are we getting more with Anthony and Kenny and all that? It's possible, but frankly, it's also possible he wouldn't be. Like, so we'll just see. Are you kind of getting a baby? Yeah, absolutely. Ending have been different according to you. How would you like the ending to be? I'm not sure specifically what you're saying, but I think the ending is fine. Really good even. So that, no, I don't think there should be any different ending. The only thing like really like I think may have should have could have been different and would have been better in regards to season 5 is about the Mexico storyline. If you listen to Cobra Kai Companion, in our recaps, I'm kind of going through it episode by episode. But like I think the Mexico storyline could have gone 3 episodes, and I actually kind of strongly think it actually would have made the season better, because you shift some of the stuff that happens in episode 3, like Sam and Miguel's breakup, and then the baby stuff shifted all to episode 4. I actually think it helps things. I think Sam would actually come off better in this. Like I don't think episode 3 does Sam any favors. I think she looks kind of awkward, like, and just so self-centered in the breakup. And I think if you shift it to episode 4 and she breaks up with him at the water park because of the fighting, because of the karate drama, I think it works a lot better for her. And I'll talk about that in the episode 4 recap on Cobra Kai Companion. But I think it just works better. But that the ending, in regards to the ending of season 5, no, I think the ending's very good. Our next members meetup. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Maybe this week or next week. I want to get some of those recaps out. I've just been so busy trying to. Yeah, it was this week because I know like how I don't want to like do it on Halloween. That's ridiculous. So like, yeah, we'll try to get it maybe this weekend. Tried to put out some House of the Dragon videos because I really like that show, and I know a lot of you don't watch it, and that's fine. Like, don't feel neglected if I cover that show too. But I think there's a lot of good stuff in there that's like worth talking about because I like it, and frankly, I don't watch a lot of shows, so and it's just kind of given me so much to cover. A really fun date in season 6. Yeah, maybe they'll go to the Lakers game. I think they go to the Lakers game. A big comeback for Silver in season 6. I think maybe season 7. I think like Silver's out for a season. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Sure. I mean, I've, in fact, oh, geez, Strike First Media. I gotta reach out to him. We were talking about doing something together. Maybe we'll get that together soon. And of course, you'll also see me on Cobra Kai Companion, co-hosting the season 5 recaps. But yeah, there's definitely always more stuff. Maybe we'll do something with Drew again. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Steph. The Cobra Kai Companion recap. Yeah, that's the podcast, Cobra Kai Companion with a K. There's a YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm doing the episode recaps with Peter. He asked me to come on for season 5. So it's the two of us, and then he also has a lot of interviews. So he interviewed Sean Kanan, Alicia Hannah Kim, some of the smaller characters. And there's more to come. Sam seem more mean or bitter? No, I don't think so. Kenny and Kyler do. Where will they go? That's a good question. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. No more breakups. Yeah, I think most of the relationship drama is done. And I think it was really only there in season 5 to help Miguel and Robbie heal. If you saw my Miguel and Robbie video, it's a good one. Be sure to check it out. I think that was part of the reason they had that happen. Yeah, diversifying. I hope so. I wish the timing worked out better and I could have covered House of the Dragon from the beginning, and that's the only thing I regret. But I know it's a very different show, and some of you may not like that. That's okay. If you are interested, I do recommend it. It's very it's hard R, like it's a very gruesome, violent, and sometimes sex and stuff like that. So it's a very different show, but like if you liked that, it's very good. And keep in mind, Dimitri and Daniel were big fans of Game of Thrones. This is essentially Game of Thrones, so yeah. Face reveal. Never. Oh, okay. Cobra Kai recaps, Peter, are really great. Thank you guys. Yeah. We'll have episode 4 out pretty soon. We're supposed to record it tonight, so we'll see. As a women's instructor, yeah, maybe. Train cruiserweight friends with. No, probably not. You're the best Cobra Kai YouTuber. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, 50,000 subscribers. A lot of it coming from the shorts. More recently, the past month. Some of the shorts people have really liked, which I'm working on another one. Poor and somewhat hot boy. All right, guys, I think I'm going to take off there. My sister's texting me, and I got to work on this short. And so, but really, guys, I come for you, Trader. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you for showing up, for these live streams. Sunday during football season is probably a bad time to be doing this, but I don't know. It's what we're doing. Hated Robbie in the early seasons. Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone for the 50,000. Thank you for the views. Keep watching. I'll probably cover more House of the Dragon. If that's not your thing, I don't, that's okay. I understand. I'm not going to let Cobra Kai go. So I'm just going to try and put out some stuff on both and see if I can get this YouTube algorithm to work for me. Cross your fingers. If we can get YouTube to work for that. But there's a lot of good stuff. So thank you, everyone. And have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.